What? Okay. Yeah. Hey! Okay. Hello! Ow! Hello! There. I went to Walmart last night. Well, actually, no. So I had rehearsals yesterday, right after school till about like 4. And then my parents decided that they wanted to take me along with them on an adventure. We really just kind of went to go get food and then to the mall and walked around. When we were at the mall, we kind of walked around for a while. We bought a gift for my sister. Yeah, that's all that really happened at the mall. Shut up, Aurora. Goodness, child. Jacob, you shut up too. And we... Shut up! Give me a minute. Give me a second. Anyway, and we went to the pretzel place in the mall. I don't know if they sell pretzels. And I wanted some pretzels. I really wanted some soft pretzels. So I got some soft pretzels. And the cashier lady person was talking to a different lady person and a different not lady person. Yeah. And they were talking about Magic the Gathering. And, me being me, I got a little intrigued. And I'm like, if you're thinking about playing Magic, do it. 'Cause it's awesome. Just do it. And and then she told me that she was thinking about playing it so that her brother could learn and stuff. And yeah. So then after we left the mall, I tried to convince them to go to the movie, but no. Psh. Psh. My parents, we had to go back to the school so that my dad could grab his car that he has to drive. And so then we split up and we went to Walmart. In the separate cars, we both went to Walmart. My dad bought some toys for my siblings, and then me and my mom got groceries. And we were walking around, and we got some groceries, and when we were around in, the crafts area, there were these 3 teenage boys. But we didn't see them. We heard them, though. They yelled, Marco. And you know the response to that. My mom yelled back, Polo, because we thought it was our dad. Or my dad, not... My mom's dad and my dad are not the same person, I swear. I just meant to say my dad. We thought it was my dad. And so my mom responded, and then these teenage boys kind of come around the corner and they're like, oh my gosh, everybody's playing Marco Polo in Walmart. And it was really funny. And they were taller than me because most people are. I cry. Anyway, and so then we just kept walking through Walmart and we kept bumping into these boys. And so we just play Marco Polo back and forth with these guys because we kept running into them in the mall. And I went off away from my mom and I looked at video games and stuff. And there were these boys. These boys were just kind of there. And and I was looking at a video game. I was looking at, oh, what was I looking at? I don't remember, but it had something to do with violence. I think it was Mortal Kombat. Maybe, don't know. Anyway, and I was looking at it, and then I kind of looked over, and so then I put Mortal Kombat back on the shelf or whatever, and I went around to this other aisle, and I yelled Marco. And I could see them, like, through the shelves, you know? And they started looking around because they were alone in the aisle at this point. And they started looking around and they said, Polo? Like, really, really questioningly. And they were really confused. And then they started coming to the next aisle. So I ran around and went to the next aisle. And I said Marco again. And they said Polo. And then they started coming to the next aisle. So I ran back around to the first aisle that we were in. And they yelled Marco and I yelled Polo. And then they looked even more confused. And I could still see them, like, through the shelves. Plus one of them was, like, taller than the shelves by a bit. No, all three of them were taller than the shelves. And I am not, because I am short. Me being my tiny 5'2" redheadedness, I kind of could hide behind the shelves, and they couldn't because they were tall and I win. Ha! And so then I heard my mom yell Marco, and so I went and found her after saying Polo. And we went back and forth saying Marco Polo a few times. And that was a little funny. So then I found Mom. We started kind of going off and actually getting stuff that's important, like diapers for my little baby brother and stuff. And so then we had to go to, like, the self-register, self-checkout. That's what it's called. The self-checkout. But I had to use the restroom, so I ran ahead of her, went to the bathroom, you know, whatever. And I came out, and I think the boys recognized me because they were in one of the checkout aisles, and one of them looked over and said Marco. And I responded Polo. And then I went and found my mom, who was at the self-checkout. And we checked out everything. We went out. We went to the Suburban, got in the car, and found out. And then, no. And then I saw the three boys, walk by and get in a big, like, red truck that was literally two parking spaces away from our car. And as they were getting in, I looked at my mom and I'm like, shh, give me a minute. Open my door. And I screamed, Marco! And they all looked out at me and they said Polo. And then we kept going back and forth screaming Marco Polo at each other. And then they got in and they drove off, and we got in our car and we drove to the gas station. As we were driving to the gas station, my mom kind of looked at me and she's like, I think you now have 3 boyfriends. No, Mom, no I don't. I am very much single and no one will ever be my boyfriend. Okay, because that's not how this works. Because boys have faces. Anyway. Ketchup! Anyway, and we got to the gas station, we were getting some gas, and I saw a red truck pull around, and there's like it's a gas station mixed with a Wendy's, and there was a truck going through the Wendy's drive-thru. And I saw them. I got out of the car. I went over to my mom and I'm like, Mom, it's them. And they're in the Wendy's drive-thru. So then I got back in the car. My mom got in the car and we drove around to the side of the drive-thru. And there they were. It was them. It was them. And they had like their windows down because they were ordering or whatever. And I rolled my window down and I screamed, Marco! And they looked really confused. They looked around, they saw me, and they said, Polo! While laughing like a ton. And it was great. They recognized me too, so that was awesome. And then my mom drove off as I was rolling up my window. Because I'm oh so cool. And then we drove home. Sad.